I know how tedious and overwhelming university selection process can be sometimes. Not to mention, I already made a detailed video talking about the same. And if you have following with my studying in Germany playlist, then by now I presume you must have applied for your APS and also have started preparing for IELTS. Or maybe you have finished both of them and are waiting for the next appropriate step. Well, my friend, in today's video, I'll cover everything that you must know about shortlisting German universities. And to make things easier for you, I have created a free Excel template which you can use to shortlist your German universities. You may click on the first link in the description to download this file. In order to conduct an efficient search on shortlisting German universities, there are four important factors that you need to keep in mind. The first is field of study. Make sure the university offers the program that you want and check its curriculum. If you do so, you may be able to see the subjects that you are going to study and whether or not they are relevant to your previous educational background. Second is ranking and reputation. Most of the students prefer top-notch universities. In Germany, we call them TU9. Or maybe public universities which have enough reputation, but the criteria for TU9 is on the next level, while other students prioritize specific niche. The third important factor is public versus private universities. Most of us are often confused between making the right choice. You need to keep in mind that public universities have low or no tuition fees at all, while the private ones offer specialized programs and the tuition fee is comparatively higher. And lastly, language of instruction. You need to ask a question to yourself that are you comfortable to study in German or do you prefer English taught programs? If you prefer German taught programs, then I presume you must have enough certification to apply for that specific course. And just so you may know, the German taught programs have less competition as compared to the English taught programs. But if you don't know the language, then English taught programs is the only option that is left for you. And now let's talk about finding reliable information about universities in Germany. But before that, I want you to be mindful that before you conduct your Google search, make sure everything you type is in small letters and not capital or block letters. Why so you may ask is because whenever you type anything in capital or block letters, it will only give you the results of sources that are in those format. But if you type everything in small letters, it will compile all the results and provide in front of you. Why this is important is because you will find more options when you conduct your search. Our first reliable information source goes without saying. It is DAAD, DARTS database, which you must have heard of plenty already. And this is the best website to find accredited programs in Germany. But you may ask, what if the program that I'm looking for is not mentioned on this website? What do I do then? Well, you need to conduct a Google search for your specific course or program or any niche that you want to go in, and once you do that, you will find all the listed universities based on what you have searched for. So you need to go to the official university's website where you will find detailed courses, their admission requirements, and also the deadlines for the applications. Next, relevant information source or reliable I would call is CHE University Rankings, which would provide you factors like teaching, the overall quality of education and student reviews and everything else that is part of the ranking system. Lastly, I recommend you to find student forums or groups or anything like that. And to do so, you may need to join Facebook groups or maybe Reddit communities or LinkedIn is another good platform to reach out to people who have already been studying. Well, if you have downloaded the free Excel template that I have provided you, here's how it looks like. You can simply start adding your university names, the program name that you wish to pursue, its duration. If I assume it's master's, then it would be minimum 2 years or less, and that means it would be 4 semesters or three in some cases. Then the total program fees in euros, the application start date, deadline, mode of application if it's online or manual. If it's online, then most likely you will need to apply through Uni Assist or the official university's website via email or something like that. If the process is manual, then you need to send your documents via post through courier, but I don't think you need to do any of that. Most of the universities accept online applications. And the IELTS or TOEFL score, which is mandatory, so you need to add it over here. Your GMAT and GRE score, if your university requires these scores, then you need to put them over here. What is the minimum score? Similarly, minimum GPA, if it is mentioned, you can add your GPA over here. Work experience required, some universities may ask, some may not. You can simply add it over here. Then the minimum ECTS required, that means the credits, it would be most likely mentioned on the website or the DARTS database. You can add that. NC or NC Fry only in case of German universities. This means nothing but the limited seats. If the seats are limited in German universities, you can mention it over here. Scholarships, YN, yes or no. Application link, you can provide the link in this Excel sheet when you do your research so that whatever universities you find, you will have the links to the courses mentioned over here, which will save you time in the future to access them in case you may need. Then the program link, similarly, the link of the course, you can mention the links over here. Other information, if you think anything else is important that I haven't mentioned in these columns, then you can add it over here. And lastly, intake, summer or winter. Most of the students go for the winter intake, but if you are opting for summer, that is also fine. I believe the user interface that I have provided for this Excel template is quite simple, but in case if you don't understand anything, you can always write in the comments or reach out to me through social media or email, basically. Well, now that you have a structured list in front of you, how would you narrow it down? Here, I recommend you to select up to 5 to 10 such universities that align well with your profile and also meet your priorities, such as the affordability, location, the ranking, its job opportunities, blah, 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 all the factors combined. And to enhance your university shortlisting, I also recommend you to select safe, target, and ambitious options. When you do so, you will be able to make the best choices for you. What I mean by this is considering safe options wherein the maybe you would fulfill the criteria or maybe exceed the criteria, in which case you will get a confirmed admission from that university. If you add target choices where the competition is comparatively high, your profile might play a significant role in that, and still it can guarantee you an admit. And ambitious choices wherein consider the top-notch universities or maybe TU9, which is difficult to get an admit into one. It is not guaranteed, but maybe, just maybe, you might get an admission if your profile stands out over there. So make sure you have a mix of all these factors, or maybe I would say choices, so that you will get the best university that you wish for. And when I was shortlisting my universities, I was doing all these process through a counselor back in my home country. But it is always good, like they say, to select up to 6 to 8 universities. Why? Because 6 such universities which you don't think you can get an admission into mostly public universities. It is actually tough to get an admit there, and two private universities where you will get a confirmed admission in case you get rejected in those six universities. So it is always good to have a composition of maximum public universities and at least one or two private universities in the worst scenario. But if your preference is totally public and you don't want to spend anything on your education for private universities, then well, then the choice is up to you.